Candida and I have a bit of experience in terms of community-driven environmental activity, as I founded a group called Turn Lime Green a few years ago. And I'm now coordinating a programme called Communities Living Sustainably in Dorset, which is supported by the Big Lottery Fund and is a partnership project working in West Dorset with the local authority, with the transition town groups, and with some private sector organisations as well. And we're trying to help communities adapt to climate change in West Dorset and to develop more low carbon initiatives amongst communities. So I'm trying to help draw out learning and good practice, because this is one of the Big Lottery's test and learn programmes, one of 12 programmes supported nationally, where they're trying to find out more about how communities can engage in climate change adaptation and mitigation. So we're working on 7 strands of activity, one of which is renewable energy, and then also energy efficiency, and we're working with vulnerable communities in terms of climate change adaptation. So that involves farming and fishing communities, as well as other vulnerable sectors of the community, and schools and various initiatives. So they have all these dispersed strands, and I'm trying to pull them together, and I'm trying to pull the partnership of these different kinds of organisations together so that we have our common vision and way ahead. The way in which we're working, I think potentially is really exciting, because we can draw on the different levels of expertise and experience, and really question, really challenge ourselves, and build on experience that is already existing in terms of how to communicate, how to engage sectors of the population who may not already be engaged, as well as support those who are, in adapting to climate change. So for me, the arts and engagement is a really important, a really potent way forward, potentially. And I think that what Regen Southwest is doing in terms of this imaginative engagement programme here at the fair today is pioneering. There are some initiatives, there's some organisations throughout the country which have been really looking at or recognising the fact that the arts are such an important way forward in terms of how to reach beyond the already converted on climate change. We know that so many people don't get engaged with, get involved with climate change because it all seems too enormous, and it's much easier to be sceptical about the facts, which are really frightening and overwhelming. And we know that information is not enough to engage and involve people. So using the arts is a really exciting way of helping people to tap into their kind of intuitive ways of learning and getting involved at community levels. So for me, this is just the most exciting thing that's going on, and it's got to be the way forward, and we have to move fast in terms of engaging more sectors of the community in climate change, and this has got to be the way forward. So coming together today, I'm really looking forward to hearing the experiences of the fantastic speakers that Regen Southwest has put together. So the project that I'm working on, Communities Living Sustainably in Dorset, was designed some time ago with very specific outcomes that don't necessarily put the arts at centre stage. But we're a year into this project, and we've already realised as a programme team and all our partners, when we're reflecting on how better to engage other sectors of the community, that we really want to work with the arts. We've begun to do this in a small way so far. For example, we made a series of films about open eco homes. There were 19 eco homes that were open in Bridport and Dorchester in our programme area last year as part of our programme. And rather than just opening these homes and then forgetting about it for another year, we decided to go back to several of them, and we've made a film about that experience, about some of these open eco homes. So that will have a longer lasting impact and hopefully therefore be more effective in terms of achieving our objectives. We launched Climate Week events in March this year at the Corn Exchange in Dorchester, and we, as well as having Michael Fish to talk about the weather, and climate and its links with climate change, we invited Matt Harvey, who's the poet for Regen Southwest, to come and read us some of his poems and create a crowd-funded poem about drains. And that had the best feedback from all the feedback that we got of the public who was there. That was just so. Most people had come to hear Michael Fish, and most of the positive feedback that we had was actually about Matt Harvey's poems, and that will be memorable to an awful lot of the participants in the room. I'm really hoping that if Communities Living Sustainably nationally is supposed to be a test and learn program, that we can test and learn by using the arts about how to really make an impact, significant impact. The environmental sector has a huge amount to gain from the arts sector as well, in terms of the intuitive thinking, the imaginative engagement, and how to make change happen, how to make a difference in terms of climate change, because we can't keep bumbling along, slowly thinking about it. We actually need to create a groundswell of activity, and it could be very exciting and very much more empowering to communities by using the arts than otherwise, or working in collaboration.